On tonight's episode of I Spend Way Too Much Money on a Card Game, we're opening Gatecrash. Pretty much this set is Shocklands or bust, and even with the Shocklands, you're probably bust. So, as soon as I open this box, it's going to be worth a whole lot less than it is right now. The sealed boxes are worth way more than you're probably going to get out of it. So why am I going to open it? Because I'm crazy. No, I like wasting money. No, that's not the reason. Oh, I have never opened a box of it before, so I wanted to open a box and do a video for it. So, you know, I wanted the cards in the box. I wanted the box. So, here we go. We're going to break into it. Cross our fingers so we don't get too hosed on it, but probably just lost a whole bunch of money by doing that right there. See that right there? That's money gone down the drain. So there's a chance. There's a very, very slim chance. Look, the piece of paper they can't even afford to put in the boxes anymore. Yeah. So this is from Return to Ravnica, I think, block. Yeah, I don't know. Ravnica 17, something like that. I did love the Ravnica set the first time around, so I was kind of pleasantly surprised to see that they keep bringing it back once I got back into the game again. Thought that was pretty cool. Of course, I do miss having the original Ravnica stuff because I had tons of Ravnica when I sold my collection. Never sell your collection, guys. You will regret it. Okay, so there is a couple uncommons we've got to look for in here. There's, of course, the Boros Charm, which is a $3.50 uncommon. And then there's the Skullcrack and the Rapid Hybridization, which are both over $1.50. So anything over $1.50, you know, makes my list of good cards. So let's start breaking in these packs and see what we find. All right, first time in this set, aside from a couple random packs here and there. All right, so I don't think there's any commons worth anything, so we'll just kind of skip past those like we usually do. Get right to the uncommons. Okay. Call the Nightwing, Righteous Charge, Crown Ceratok, none of those are the nice ones. And a Rubble Hulk, I don't think he's worth anything. So there's not much in the rare and mythic slot in this set worth anything. I mean, really, the Stomping Ground is the least expensive of the Shocklands, and it's just under 10 bucks. And the most expensive mythic right below that is $7.72 for the Aurelia, according to my price list I have open here next to me. So, yeah, not much value in these boxes at all. Gatecrash are kind of a value crash. A wallet crash? That's called a wallet crash. Frenzy Tilling, Two-Fired Paladin, True-Fired, not Two-Fired, Twice-Fired, Once Bitten, Twice-Fired, Undercity Informer, Stolen Identity. Cool card. The casting cost, though, is why it's not on our price list. That thing right there, that whole 2 blue and 4 colorless. Grizzly Spectacle, so here's our first foily card. Put these over though. Alright, so we'll keep digging in here. So far, just as I expected, nothing. Nothing at all to talk about. What'd you guys think of this set? Did you like the Return to Ravnica block? I believe it was this one, Gatecrash, and Dragon's Maze? Yeah, Dragon's Maze. Mental Vapors, Orzhov Charm, not the charm we're looking for. Miming Slime, and Molten Primordial. Yep, not on there either. So far, swings and misses on every pack. Kind of expected. I really just wanted to make a video of a box I haven't opened yet, and wanted to get into one of these boxes. I do love the Shocklands, so I could use a few more of those. By a few more, I mean a lot more. Oh, I saw the Boros colors, and I was like, oh, did we get a charm? Did we get a charm? Nope, same True-Fire Paladin. Viscopa Confessor, True-Fire Paladin, and Knight of Obligation. And then Blind Obedience is our rare. So, that one is a whole $2.50 rare. Big money there. Actually, in this set, that is pretty big money. $2.50 is pretty big for this set. Let me know what you guys thought of this set, or thought of this whole block. Another Viscopa Guildmage, Simic Keyrune. Some of these are okay. I think they're like a buck card or something. Boros Elite, Stomping Ground, there we go. It's the least expensive of the Shocklands. So, but at least we got one. So, It's not a complete waste of an opening. Of course, ideally, if we could get a foil breeding pool and a foil watery grave, as well as a few more non-foil shock lands, then we'd do pretty decent. We might actually break even. But the odds of that happening are pretty slim. Dinrova Horror, Hindervines, Viashino Skanktail. That sounds bad. Mystic Genesis. You know, I like Genesis in the Land of Confusion days, but I'm not so big on the Mystic Genesis, you know? Yeah, I know. Bad jokes for days. Stick around. Try the duck. I'll be here all night. Nimbus Swimmer, Urbis Protector, Miming Slime again, and Aurelia. There we go. There's our most expensive mythic in the set. Should probably move these over a little so we can make a mythic pal. What do you say? And a foil rare is Immortal Servitude, not a shock land, unfortunately. This one I don't even think's on the list, so I won't be able to figure out how much the, yeah, I don't see it. So, can't even figure out how much that foil's worth. Probably $1, if that. Return to each creature card with a converted mana. Wait, hold on, let me read it. Let's find out. All right, oh boy, that foily is foily. It says return each creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's 3 black or white. Why won't it focus? Come on, camera, focus. Hey, I gotta jostle you guys around just to get it focused. That's not cool. So 3 either black or white or any combination thereof plus X. Return each creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. How come nobody's built a really warped deck around this? There's shenanigans written all over this card. I think I like it. I think I might have to build a deck around it. just so I can sell that foil for a couple dollars. All right. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't. I'm kidding. I would. Gift of Borzova, Gruul Charm. Again, not the charm we're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Smog Elemental and Thespian Stage. Not the land we're looking for. So this one's a good old $2.84 according to our price list there. So nothing exciting on that one either. We are looking for rare lands, but not that rare land. We're looking for those rare lands. Yeah, like I said, oh, there's a Boros Charm. Finally got one. We'll put him up here somewhere. Put it in the hitch pile, I guess. Serene Remembrance, White of Precinct 6. That sounds like a movie. Biomass Mutation. Oh, I thought it said until end of turn you become. I was like, what? No. Creatures you control become XX until end of turn. That's not bad. That could be a game winner. Biomass. I don't see it on the price list, though, so apparently nobody's figured out how to make that a game winner yet. So, good old Simic colors. Alright. And another charm we're not looking for, the Dimir Charm. It's a charming set, I must say. Duskmantle, Guildmage, try the duck. Mind Eye Drake, Skarg Goliath. And we got another foily back here. Skarg is worthless, just like the rest of the set. Active Treason. I like these cards. I know they're not popular at all, and they've been printed in like every set, it seems like, since I stopped playing. But, yeah, gain control of target creature until end of turn, and tap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. For 1 red and 2 colorless, you get to take your opponent's biggest creature and smack them in the face with it. The insult to injury alone is worth the casting cost. I would pay 6 mana for that. No, Wizards. I'm kidding. Do not print a 6 mana version of that. Knowing them, they will. Anyway, they probably already have. Agrophobia, Tower Defense. Pretty cool. Boros Elite and Whispering Madness. That's what was whispering in my ear, telling me to open this box and lose a bunch of money. I haven't looked at the set a whole lot, but the cards I have looked at in it, I do like. I think there's a lot of playable cards. It's just 1,000 Lashes, Mark for Death, Gateway Shade, and Assemble the Legion. Assemble the pocketbook. Oh, there it is. 266 according to this price list. So, yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the cards in here. It's just, I don't know, for some reason, well, that's not going to open the pack. For some reason, this game's gotten very fickle as far as, I think it's because Wizards has so many different play styles, you know, when I quit 12 years ago, there was Type 1 and Type 2. You know, there was Vintage or there was Standard, pretty much. That's what they call them now. Scarred Guildmage, Rapid Hybridization, Burning Tree Emissary, good card, and a Glaring Spotlight. Glaring Spotlight, yeah, that's what we get. That's what we get. Oh, and a foil Psychic Strike. Cool, that's a really good looking card. I don't think it's worth anything, but it's a really cool looking card. But, so yeah, we only had like the two kind of types of play, really. Or I think they might have just come out with a third type. Oh yeah, there was Type 1, Type 1.5, which is now called Legacy, I think, and Type 2, so, which was Standard. So, you know, it was either you were playing new school cards, or old school cards without Power 9, basically, is what it was. 1,000 Lashes again, Holy Mantle, Hold the Gates, and Ogre Slumlord. Yeah, I've rented from a few of those before. He creates rat tokens. He's a 5-drop, 3/3. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may put a 1/1 black rat creature token on the battlefield. Rats you control have death touch, so that's pretty cool. They're all 1/1 death touches. Too bad about that casting cost. Crackling Perimeter, not the foil uncommon we would be hoping for. A foil Boros Charm would be nice. That would make me feel a little better about opening this. But so it seems like because there's so many different formats, and players nowadays really only stick to one format, and there's so many different formats that it seems like a lot of these sets just get kind of lost in the shuffle. So Dimir Charm, Gruul Charm, 2 charms, not a good charm. Cinder Elemental, and Simic Manipulator. So, you know, it's like all the sets that are kind of not old school sets and not current sets just seem to get like tossed aside, even if there's really good cards in them. I don't think it's that these sets were bad. I really don't. I mean, there's some really cool cards in all these sets. And I think when they came out, there were probably big money cards in the sets because people were playing them in standard format. But Zamek Guildmage, Alpha Authority, Gateway Shade, and Prime Speaker Zagana. I like her. And she's a mythic. It's worth a couple bucks, I think. Yeah, $4. So when she enters the battlefield, she enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the greatest power among other creatures you control. When Prime Speaker Zagana enters the battlefield, draw cards equal to his power. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Too bad about that casting cost. Whoa, 2 blue, 2 green, and 2 colorless. That is not a cheap little lady. She is not a cheap date. So, yeah, it's just, it seems like all these sets just get lost in the shuffle. They're probably great sets. They just don't have a home. You know, there's a home for them, but it's not one of the more popular playing formats because there's so many playing formats. It's just kind of diluted now. Merfolk of the Depths, very expensive flash cards. Illness in the Ranks, Undercity Informer, and Spark Trooper. Sparky. Yep. Very sparky on the wallet. So, yeah, I haven't seen a single Skullcracker Rabbit Hybridization. Actually, I think I did see one of those. I think I skipped it. Oops. I'll have to go back and look through afterwards. I'm sure nobody's going to watch this video long enough because I'm sure not many people are going to watch this video being Gatecrash and having such a stigma to its name here. Gruul Keyrune, Gridlock, Bane Alley Broker, and Clan Defiance. Gotta defy the clans. So, what's your opinion on it? Do you think that these sets are just bad and that's why they're not worth anything? Or do you kind of see my point that it just might be that they don't really have a home because they're just not in a popular format? You know, these in-between formats just kind of not seem to be as popular as the main formats. Frenzied Tilling, Ripscale Rat Predator, and Smog Elemental, and Illusionist Bracers. Equipment, let me see. What does it do? Is it worth anything without even looking at the price list? Whenever an ability of a creature is activated, if it isn't a mana ability, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Ah, that's pretty cool. It's like a permanent fork for abilities. I like it. I love fork. I can't believe it's like gone down in price so much. I think it's because they printed that. Oh man, I'm not gonna remember the name, and I'm gonna be really embarrassed. Oh, there's a new red card that's a fork. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, I used to love fork back in the day. I stacked that in all my red decks, but we were only allowed to have one back then because they were restricted. I guess now they're not restricted anymore, which is cool by me. I'll put 4 in a deck. Nimbus Swimmer, Metal Vapors, Experiment 1, and Giant Edifage. Edifage? I'm probably mispronouncing that. Is that a mythic, really? Trample and Giant Edifage deals combat damage to a player. Put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of Giant Edifage. Edifage? I have no idea. Edifage. There we go. No idea, but there's our third mythic. Still trying to get over this cold here, so talking is not a strong point at the moment. And I'm just stacking up packs everywhere because the lid kind of fell down on the box. I'm just too lazy to fix it. Yep, there we go. Rust Scarab, Voidwalk, Urban Evolution, and Legion Loyalist. Little hasty boy. Good old hasty boy. He's actually worth $5. We'll put him up there in the hits. We're more than halfway through the box, and I've only got 1 shock land. This makes me not happy. This makes me sad, sad kitty. Sad Panda? Sad Panda, that's what it is. Sad Panda. Merfolk of the Depths, Crackling Perimeter, Hellraiser Goblin, and Realm Right. Realm Right. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, choose a basic land type. Lands you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. And he's a 1-drop 1/1? Oh, he's got to be on the price list. He's got to be worth something. That is pretty usable. He's not on the price list? Really? How is this guy not on the price list? That is really cool. See, every time I look at these sets, I'm like, man, there's some really cool cards in these sets. How come nobody's come up with some crazy shenanigan deck built around that card? I think I'm going to start doing that. Once I get a little more familiar with the cards and stuff, I'm just going to either pick some or have you guys pick some for me of just some wacky cards like that would probably be an awesome card if you build a deck around it. Give to Warzova, and I'll build a deck around it. Sapphire Drake, Orzhov Keyrune, and Gyre Sage. Oh, look, a Mana Elf. See on the price list? Yes, towards the bottom, $2. Woo, big money. So, the Gyre Sage, 2-drop, 1/2. Not bad for a Mana Elf. Add 1 green to your mana pool for each 1/1 counter on Gyre Sage. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. That is awesome. That's such a usable card. It's just because it's not in the current format, nobody wants to build a deck around it. Well, I mean, you don't even have to build a deck around that. That's an easy one. You put in any green deck. So, I don't know. I think it's sad that there's all these really good cards out there in history that nobody's actually using, and therefore they have no value. Call of the Nightwing, Debtor's Pulpit, True Fire Paladin, and Gruul Rage Beast. He's just an unhappy boy. What can I tell you? And then a foil Ivy Lane Denizen. Oh, look at him. Doesn't he look like a pompous little jerk? It's like, I am the Denizen. I am an elf warrior. Yeah, you're special, dude. All right, last stack. So far, we've only got 1 shock land, and it's the least expensive one in the whole set. We are not really jumping up and down with joy so far over this box. I'm trying to fix this, so I got to place the packs here. Sorry, because there's packs falling everywhere. This always happens with me. This table's not as big as it may look on camera. I just have a very small corner of this table to play on here. Crackling Perimeter again, Dimir Keyrune, Hellraiser Goblin again, and Merciless Eviction. Yeah, it looks like a Doomsday. or Devastation. No, what was it? Damnation. Exile all artifacts, or exile all creatures, or exile all enchantments, or exile all planeswalkers. Well, that's just too many decisions on one card, especially for 6 mana. Yeah. You can see why this one's probably not going to be on the list. I'll take a quick look. Oh, it is on the list. $3. Woo! Big money. $3.25 exactly is what the list says. Of course, these lists are usually wrong, as you've probably seen from my other videos. I look at these lists, and then after I post the video, I post a comment under there. Oh, yeah, that one card that it said it was like $3 is actually like $30, you know. I doubt the case in this set, though. Elusive Crisis. That is actually really cool. He's a Simic color, and he's unblockable with Evolve on him. I mean, with a 4 toughness. I'd stack it. Tower Defense, Simic Keyrune. Wow, that's like a Simic uncommon slot there. Assemble the Legion. There's our rare here. That one's 266 according to the price list. We got a second foil rare, but it's an Ogre Slumlord. That's actually a $9 foil. Nice. I'm okay with that. Cool. I didn't realize he was on the price list earlier, $4, did I? Anyway. So, there you go. Actually got a decent foil rare for their second foil rare. So, not too bad. I was hoping for a foil shock, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, alright, Mark for Death, Duskmantle Guildmage, Mind Eye Drake, and Undercity Plague. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Target player loses 1 life, discards a card, then sacrifices a permanent. And it's got a Cipher. Then you may exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. Wow, that's pretty handy. Too bad about that initial cost of 6. But it's cool that you get to keep using it. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty cool mechanic. I don't know why they didn't kind of keep using that one. Cipher, huh? I kind of like that mechanic. There should be more of that. That's another thing I'm so like confused why they don't continue to use really cool mechanics or any mechanics. They just kind of keep trying to. Oh, there's another Boros Charm. Yay! Another $4 uncommon. They keep trying to come up with new mechanics, and they, you know, some of them are okay, some of them suck. Aetherize, Simic Charm, and Biovisionary. Another Simic card. There's a lot of Simic in this set, man. I don't think he's worth anything. I'll give a quick look. Yep. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. Nice. I love alternate win conditions. Why would yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why some of these cards aren't, like, don't have really cool decks built around them. I guess everybody just copies the World Champions deck now and then, you know, changes out one card to say they made it original, and that's kind of how it works now. Sunhome Guildmage, Throw Parasite, Orzhov Charm, and Angelic Skirmisher. I don't see it. Yep, not much there. So, yeah, I see a lot of that. I mean, you kind of knew that was going to happen with the internet, you know. As soon as people started posting World Champions decks and stuff, like seconds after the game, or before the game, or during the finals, or whatever. Mark for Death, Fortress Cyclops, Incursion Specialist, and a Domri. Look at that. There's our 4th Mythic. I really can't talk because my sinuses are still kind of messed up. Domri Raid. Is this his original printing? Might be, because they're using his full name there. So, pretty cool card. And he is worth about $4. So, his +1 is look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. Not a bad little +1. His -2, target creature you control fights another target creature. That's awesome removal. Of course, he only starts with a 3, but he's only a 3 drop. And then his -7 is you get an emblem with creatures you control have double strike, trample, hexproof, and haste. Wow. Yeah, that's a game winner. Yeah, by the time you get that -7 down, whew, that's nasty for your opponent. So, yeah, again, that's a very playable card. Just not worth anything because this set kind of cycled out of all the more popular formats. And it seems like I think there's just too much of a divide between the current formats and the old school formats. Sunhome Guildmage, Mental Vapors, Homing Lightning, and Sepulchral Primordial. Okay. Sepulcher is actually, I believe, Brazilian or Portuguese for coffin. So he's a coffin primordial, I guess. He's got Intimidate, whatever that is. I have no idea. When Sepulchral Primordial enters the battlefield, for each opponent, you may put up to one target creature card from that player's graveyard into the battlefield under your control. That's pretty neat. Skip that 7 casting cost for a 5/4. Yeah, now see that? I don't know that I really use that too much. Of course, I'm not familiar with the Intimidate, what that mechanic is. But he's actually on the price list. So he's like a $3 card, which for this set is really good. So, all right, we're down to 5 packs and only 1 Shockland so far. That is shocking. See what I did there? All right, yeah. Apparently my sense of humor is gone with the cold there. Boros Kirun, Firefish Striker, Urbis Protector, and Foundry Champion. Still not a Shockland. Not good. Oh, I got all excited. I saw a foil land. I thought maybe, but it's a Guild Gate. We already got our 2 foil rares, so it's very doubtful we'd get a full shock at this point. But you never know. Watch these organizational systems with these stacking the boxes. Sometimes work out in your favor. Not very often, but, well, I mean, they always work out in their favor, because we buy the boxes. Holy Mantle, Cartel Aristocrat, Guardians of the Gateless, and Immortal Servitude non-foil. Okay, there you go. And a Kirun foil, the Gruul Kirun foil. 3 packs left. We're in the home stretch. And my nose is just... All right. See what we get in these last couple packs here. Hopefully the last 3 packs are all Shocklands. Otherwise, we've lost a lot of money today. I pretty much expected to lose a lot of money when I opened this one. Gore Clan Rampager, Dying Wish, Ord Rune with like 16 U's, Rune Veteran. And Soul Ransom is our rare. So, stealing a creature. You control an enchanted creature, discard 2 cards. Soul Ransom's controller sacrifices it, then draws 2 cards. Only an opponent may activate this ability. So they can just discard a couple cards and get their creature back? That is a terrible card. If he's on the price list, I'm going to be very disappointed. I don't see it. Good. I was going to say, that's an awful card. There are some awful cards. I'm not saying there isn't. But... for the most part, there is a lot of good cards in this set, but it's just not worth anything because people just aren't playing them. They're not in popular decks, and it seems like pretty much everybody uses the same decks now. There's not as much kind of originality, I guess you'd say, anymore that I can see. I mean, hopefully I'm just not seeing it, and they're still out there. Murder Investigation, Ground Assault, Wasteland Viper. Those were all 3 uncommons that I haven't seen yet. And... Diluvian Primordial. Again, no Shockland. This is bad. Don't tell me we're going to get a 1 Shockland box. That would be absolutely just, heart-wrenching. If there's not a Shockland in here, this is bad box. Oh, awful. Just terrible. All right, come on. Be a Shockland in here, and it better be the Breeding Pool, because that's the only one worth a lot in this set. That's the most expensive card in the set. Come on, Breeding Pool. Here we go. There's a blue uncommon. Voidwalk. Another Simic. Could be those colors. Urban Evolution. Simic Flux Mage. Not a Breeding Pool. Ugh, bad. Just bad. High Priest of Penance. I must be paying a penance for something I did this week. This year, this life, something. Yep, that was it. There's 1 Shockland box. I got more Shockland. I got more Gatecrash Shocklands in the Dragon's Maze box I opened than I got in the actual Gatecrash box I opened. What is that all about? So we did get a 4 Mythic box. The Mythics were pretty decent. So we got the Domri, the giant Adaphage, the Prime Speaker Zagana, and the Aurelia. So 4 of the better of the Mythics, but so the Mythics, the Aurelia is the most expensive, Hellkite Tyrant's next, Lord of the Void's next, Enter the Infinite, then the Zagana, then the Domri. So, and the giant Adaphage isn't even on here. So we got the most expensive one, and then a couple kind of mid-range ones, and then one that's pretty much worthless. So, but we only got 2 Boros Charms, 1 Stomping Ground. That was our only Shockland. That is just bad. It's just terrible. Couple foil rares. One of them was pretty decent. I didn't see any of the skull cracks or rapid hybridizations. I might have missed them. This is a really long video, so I'm sure nobody's still watching, so I'll just kind of run through here real quick because I'm not wasting anybody's time because I'm sure nobody's actually watching anymore. Let me see here. So, rapid hybridization, yeah, and skull crack. I don't see any. Do you guys see any? I'm talking to myself. Yep, nothing there. So the $1.50 uncommons we got none of. Oh, there's one. Okay, so we got 1 rapid hybridization, but no skull cracks that I remember seeing. Yep, I might have passed one. Trying to flip through them really fast, but so yeah, that's our $1.50 common, but and a couple Boros Charms, but yeah, so there's maybe a total of with the foil rare that was like $10. Yeah, what, $50 maybe? And a $100 box of cards. So there you have it. There's a box of Gatecrash. It's pretty terrible, pretty awful box. I think this is not typical. I think typically you get 2 to 3 of the Shocklands per box. This one, not so much. Only 1, and it's the worst one of all, the Stomping Ground. Or, well, the least valuable of all. I wouldn't say worst. I like red and red-green. I would think the Sacred Foundry would be the worst, because I'm not big on red and white, but that's just me. Everybody's opinions differ. But let me know in the comments what you thought about what we were talking about there, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.